Hello everyone and welcome to Until the End of Time. My name is Veronica and happy 2023. That's gonna take some getting used to. Either way, welcome and thank you all for joining me. And I'm gonna be honest everybody, I have nothing prepared. I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing. I just wanted to do a live stream today because I found out that I it's 700 subscribers either today or yesterday. So thank you everybody who subscribed. That's super cool. Also, I really hope you can hear me because otherwise I'm doing this amazing intro for the benefit of nobody. If you can hear me, please let me know because YouTube's always a bit tricky about letting me know about that. I think I'm sending audio. So here's what I have prepared. I just put together a Schizo tool deck. Let me check. Sorry. Okay, so can you hear me? Yeah, it looks like audio is coming through. Hey, awesome. Okay, so I put together this Schizo tool deck. Let me just pull that into Tabletop Simulator. Also, just real quick, if you haven't updated your TTS recently, you definitely should. They've been making these fantastic changes, like for example, your stats auto update when your investigator loads in. The playmat's bigger, which is definitely needed. And so I put together this Skids deck. Let me see if I can show that off a bit. So the idea behind this deck is that I want to do... I need to grab the XP cards for this. So I finally found the card to make me go, okay, this is Skids doing something that nobody else can do the same way he can. At least, like... Okay, it comes very close to Finn's fighting style, which is... you evade somebody and then you start hitting them. And the reason why you want to do that is that Dirty Fighting, when you evade somebody, you get a free attack action, and also you get +2 skill value. And one of the things that Skids has always kind of struggled with, in my experience, is he only has 3 combat. So if you want to fight with him, you're going to have to put a lot of resources into buffing, which is resources you're not spending on doing other things. Now, the reason why you might want to play this in Skids instead of Finn is because you get Vicious Blow and you get, where is it? Daring? Which are, in my opinion, really good cards that are worth playing it. Also, you get a weakness that is arguably a lot less annoying. But, of course, Dirty Fighting is a XP card, so while we could start with that, I think we're going to just grab that after Scenario 1. And so what I'm really trying to do here is just make a good Skids deck that then we can try for the first scenario of the Scarlet Keys, which is a fun one. That being said, I don't usually play through solo, and I wasn't planning on doing it now, which presents us with an interesting question. What am I going to play for my second hand? Does anybody have any suggestions? I am strongly considering literally just grabbing the first suggestion somebody posts. So if you're hearing me right now, post something in chat, and odds are I'm going to play it, because... unless you say like another Skids, because that does work. But basically, optimally it'd be kind of a clue-getting deck, because this is going to be a very fighty Skids, so I want to do somebody whose secondary is very good at getting clues. But yeah, like, just throw me whatever. Checking in with chat real quick. Thank you both for posting. Glad to know that you can hear me. And yes, Dirty Fighting is very, very good. I think Dirty Fighting single-handedly makes a lot of rogue decks work. Like, it is straight up an archetype enabler. It's not... in some sort of way, it's not that flashy, because it's just giving you a +2 and a free action. But it's doing a lot of good stuff. Daryl or Vincent? Daryl is absurd, of course. I'm seeing 2 votes for Daryl, I think. I mean... sounds like we're playing Daryl. Sure, let's play Daryl. At least I know that I'll have a good deck. Because that's nice. Hey, hello. So let's do... or should I vote? Should I make a vote? What do people think? Vincent could be interesting. You know, I'll make a... I have an option to do a vote thingy on a poll on... so, who should I play a second investigator? I play as second investigator. And so our options are going to be Daryl, which I believe you misspelled, which I might now have also misspelled, so, you know, have fun with that. Vincent, I think there should be a third option. Who's the third option? I'm not going to do Lola because I would like to get to playing a scenario before the end of the day. I'm just trying to think what is an investigator that I haven't played recently. Oh, I know. Mojack. If I say Mojack, you all know that means Monterey Jack, right? And of course, the safe option, which is of course Stella. So the polls in the chat now, I'm just going to let that run for like a couple of minutes. If you're in chat, please vote. Just pick whoever you want to, like, immediately, Daryl. So let's quickly go over the options, because, you know, I need to vamp for time while it's going anyway. So our options are Daryl. Did a video on him. First 5 intellect survivor, has the ability to reduce difficulty of things by 2. Lot of different decks you can do with Daryl. I've seen a lot of cool stuff. Honestly, if I do Daryl, I might challenge myself to do a Daryl deck that doesn't use scavenging, because I've done scavengings in every area code by this point. Ursula would be better than Mojack. I mean, I know that, like, why? I guess not necessarily like why, because you're not because you're wrong, but I'm just like curious. It's like, do you just think Ursula is more fun than Monterey Jack, or why they would be better? Because I think both work, and I haven't played a lot of. I guess Ursula's also really cool. I haven't played a lot of Monterey Jack. We are now split 50-50 between Daryl and Stella, which, you know, appreciate it. Please vote. We have 2 votes so far. Free investigate. Yeah, I mean, sure, but Mojack gets free money and free cards, so I don't think the investigators, and also Mojack gets 5 intellect, or 5 agility. It's not like one is strictly better, I think, than the other. They're just different investigators who do slightly different things, but they're both pretty good. The other one, Vincent, who does the Healy thingy. I don't know about Vincent. I'm doing actually the Earth campaign with Vincent right now, and maybe the problem is that I put scavenging, of course, and forced learning in there, but it just that oh no, it's a 3-way tie. Folks, you all need to pick a winner, please, because otherwise I think I can't play I'm not gonna play four-handed, especially not if I have to put 3 more decks together. That's not gonna work. You don't know the campaign, huh? No, I mean, so we're doing Scarlet Keys for the I have played a little bit of Scarlet Keys so far. I've played the first scenario twice now. Thrice now? No, twice. And I've played a bunch of the other scenarios once. I'm curious, is there a specific reason why I'm trying to think. None of the scenarios that I've played so far make me feel like Ursula would be better, or would be like Ursula works, but Monterey Jack doesn't work in that scenario. It's just like, yeah, Monterey Jack, you have to take investigate actions, but you get cards and resources, and you also get rogue cards, which means you have a lot of money, and you can do big money stuff. Free actions are useful. Who lets Skids shine? I mean, yeah, free actions are by definition useful, but I don't think, not to get on this massive, like, Monterey Jack versus Ursula tangent, but, like, in a way, Mojack is also free actions, but they're free actions to draw cards and gain resources instead. That being said, let's get back to Skids, because that's, yeah. Who would let Skids shine more? People are voting for Daryl, and I think Daryl works very well, actually, with this deck, because Daryl likes somebody who can evade very well. Because sometimes you have to put the evidence on enemies, and then you have to evade, and then letting you evade those enemies means you can get the clues without fighting. Okay, I'm going to end the poll, because we at least have a winner. Decoy shadow enemies, yeah. But, like, Monterey Jack can evade those, that's the thing. Monterey Jack can evade at 5 by default to clear those out, which is good. Okay, so I'm playing Daryl, which I'm just doing to get ahead of the... Okay, so we are playing Daryl Simmons. We get Seeker and Survivor cards. Yeah, sorry, that's like that. Like... Huh. Interesting, that one doesn't work. That's fine, we'll just do it manually. So... let's do a simple Daryl, and let's do a Daryl that doesn't have scavenging in it. Those are my 2 things. I think, that also probably means I'm not doing evidence dropping, because that's like the opposite of simple. Let's just take some good cards. Fortunately, we're playing Seeker, so we have a lot of those. I could do clue dropping, I guess, if I wanted to. I've never played with Analysis before. Acquiring Mind, Plan of Action, True Understanding. True Understanding's cool. It has Daryl on it. Should we just do a skill-based Daryl? With, like, Grizzly Totem? That seems fun. Yeah, difficulty reduction from Daryl might help Skid. I mean, the goal is eventually that Skids can help himself, but I do know that, like, rogues, and especially Skids, can really have, like, a bit of an issue in the early game. In the early campaign, I mean, where, like, it just doesn't quite go smoothly. And so, yeah, I'm kind of excited for... Ooh, should put it... Cheeky map the area in. I just want to put a map the area in. I think that's so cool. I know it's bad, or, like... I don't even want to say I know it's bad. I don't think it's that bad. I just think it's not that good, but, like, it's fun. Also, I should probably keep kind of like a count of how many cards I have. Add Signum for the practice. Is Signum Crucis practiced? Wait, really? If so, that's... this is one of those big if true moments. Yeah, so Signum Crucis. Oh, it is. Huh. Heck yeah. Oh, we're doing Blessed. I guess we're doing Blessed, Daryl. No idea how that works, but... yeah, user, we're definitely doing Blessed. We're just doing Blessed Daryl. I don't know how I'm going to make it work, but I'm going to make it work. Let's see. Assets over there. Skills over here. Events over here. Yeah. Practice Makes Perfect needs to go in if we're doing skills, which we are. And then, if that's the case, do we... Oh, wait. Do we cut Eureka? We might have to... Oh, we're probably cutting True Understanding in that case, because it's not a practice card. We should put in more practice cards in that case, right? So, hold on. What was I adding? I'm adding a... Practice Makes Perfect. That's the one. Okay, so we have 10... We're currently on 18 cards. We haven't added any rogue or any survivor cards yet, and we probably still need to pick an ally. Is there any ally that synergizes very nicely with this kind of deck? Oh, cheeky analysis. I think I'm actually just going to include a not so cheeky analysis because it's practiced, so I'm just going to include that. Yeah. So, let's see. Stunning Blow. Stunning Blow as a practice card is actually, like, hilarious because we can do it on Skids' tests. Resourceful, not sure. How is Predestined not practiced or innate? Oh, well. Innate. A lot of survivor skills are innate. Yeah, no, that doesn't practice, so that's why we're putting it in. It's really good. Also, that's not where skills go. Like, this deck is going to be a mess, just to be, like, completely blunt, but also it's going to be a fun mess. I think... Oh, that's so bad. We don't have any cursed cards in our deck. No, I'll have a little bit of discipline. Let's put the obvious Perception and Overpower in. We are starting with... no problem. We are starting with the first scenario from the Scarlet Keys, which is the Riddles and Rain, I think it's called. Hey! Hi, Lisa's dead. I don't know if I can say your real name, so I'll just keep you... Hashtag friends in real life. Hi. Do I have any tomes or relics? I have... Why is this not a... Chat. Why is Grizzly Totem not a relic? No. You know what? Yeah, we'll try Mr. Rook. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Ugh, Rook. But I haven't actually got to play with the Rook, and I think maybe he's balanced with the new thing. Skid could go with the Priest, and he has Faustian. I don't think my current Skid list actually has Faustian Bargain in it, but I could probably put that in. Yeah, you're right. Let me see. 2, 4, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. We'll put the, you know what, we'll put the thing in and see how it goes. I like the idea of just building a deck and figuring out what we're doing with it, or like just trying it, right? Which is not usually how I play Arkham. I usually try to like meta and everything, but I kind of like this file. So I'm gonna put some curse cards in Skids real quick, or specifically Fossey Bargain, and I also need a basic weakness for Daryl. But yeah, this seems fun. What do I cut? I can cut the alt. I also found out that I have Dread Curse in this deck, so maybe I don't need the Fossey Bargains. I think I'm kind of okay without them, honestly. I'll cut the Perceptions. I probably won't need those if I'm playing next to Daryl. I'll put 2 Fossey Bargains in. We're clearly doing a kind of weird Curse Bless thing, and I'm kind of here for it. Also, it has the art for the Red Glove Man. I kind of like that for this campaign. Alright, so somebody get me a random base. Oh, also, Skids has a damage and a hover from his Thick of It. Yeah, but like 5 money. I know, it's really good. But like, I don't know, maybe we don't need it. Maybe we don't play with Fossey Bargain in every single deck that can take it. Tell me stop, chat. Actually, don't, because I'm on 30-second delay, so I'm not going to shuffle for 30 seconds. Okay. Actually, I should probably just do what I always do for my weaknesses these days, which I think is more fun. So we grab 3 weaknesses. We pick one of them at random to remove, and then we keep one of the 2 other ones at random. So we don't... So, for example, from these 3, we have the tower. Indebted, we start with 2 fewer resources. Sorry, I should say what they do. So the tower, you cannot mulligan it if it's in your opening hand, and you cannot commit skill cards while this is in your hand. This is awful for our skill-based Daryl deck. Indebted, we start the game with 2 fewer resources. I think this is fine. Dark Pact, we have to gently stab somebody, and if we don't, we get a worse weakness that's like Ancient Evils style thing. So I think we're gonna just yeet the tower. And normally what I like to do is just pick one at random and then shuffle in, but unfortunately because we have one of them is permanent, which is in fact the one we end up with, we can't do that. So we are indebted. We start the game, 3 resources. Alright, let's do this. The Scarlet Keys. Scenario 1. Riddle and Rain. As per usual, when I'm just doing like deck testing, I'm not gonna go and like read all the story text. It's pretty good. There's a lot of it. I'm just trying to remember what if we... Do we need to check anything? No, we go together, I guess. Do we want to lie? Okay, so chat, this one is important. I'm gonna pull for this one. Do we go on our own, or do we go with Flint? Okay, so the story so far is there's been some weird disappearances. Nobody else can seem to remember the things that we've seen. Also, I just see that oh no, everybody's still there. Okay, good. Nobody seems to remember them, and this Flint figure, Lee Flint, who actually handsome man, says that he knows what's going on, and he has a lead in London, and he wants us to go to London with him. And we have to choose whether we want to go alone or do we want to travel with him. And it looks like chat's pretty straightforward that we want to travel with Flint. And this does have a gameplay ramification. It actually has 2 gameplay ramifications, but we'll get to that. I'm just gonna give it a couple more. I think there's only 4 people watching right now, so I think this is fine. Oh, there was actually one more vote. coming in, but wasn't enough to swing the vote. We are going to travel with Flint. So we are inter 6. We are removing a Elder Thing from the Gale's bag. That doesn't work. And adding a second tablet token. We are also tracking 1 time, but I think, usually speaking, I don't finish these kinds of campaigns. I'm just setting up some decks. So probably that doesn't matter. Okay, so let's... I think we got everything set up already. Yeah, so here's what's gonna happen. Agenda 1A, when it rains. Arriving in London, you patiently await your contact, but none arrives. Inspector Flint, or one of his proxies, was supposed to meet you at a quiet tea house tucked away in a narrow storefront just outside Trafalgar Square. Wondering what could have gone wrong, suspecting the worst, you set off to investigate. Force, when this agenda advances, move all doom on it to the next agenda. There's only a 2 doom threshold. Clues and capers. You draw your umbrella closer, using it to obscure your identity. Each person you pass on the street could be your contact, or out to get you. And we have to spend 4 clues before we advance. We might not get this. Fortunately, it's not too bad if we fail. Our clues are... Skill is -1, -3 if we have 2 or more clues. -1 if there's a concealed mini-card at your location. Reveal another chaos token. And we don't have any other things in the bag. Alright, let's try opening hands. Let's see. I feel like I haven't played this game in too long. I don't remember what's good. So I do know that this scenario is kind of unique in that it doesn't have a lot of enemies early on. So I think we can mulligan the gun. And we also maybe mulligan the quick thinking. And the overpower. So my logic is we can use manual dexterity to expose an enemy early on. Because if you haven't played with concealed and exposed yet, the way they work is they are these little mini cards that... you flip them face down, and you can expose them by damaging them, evading them, or discovering a clue, and they have fight and evade equal to the shroud value of your location. So if Skids, for example, has a very high or reasonably high agility, it's worthwhile to keep a manual dexterity, because that's probably a pretty surefire expose there. And I like keeping the manual of the easy mark here, because if we mulligan into a second one of those, that's our opening kind of figured out. So let's see what we get. We draw a Faustian Bargain. That might be more interesting for Daryl than it is for us. We draw Gregory Gry, which is pretty nice. We draw On the Lamp, which is... sure... 3 icons, I think. And for Daryl... oh, I haven't turned hands off yet. Perception, always nice. Analysis, sure. Overpower, nah. So if you're wondering why did I put the Overpower in the deck, even though I'm not typically going to be fighting... the plan is probably to commit these to Skids' test using the Practice Makes Perfect. And we can also just throw them in to help Skids expose stuff. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe that's way too cute. This feels like a 4-card mulligan. This is not a good opening. That's way better. Those are never bad. Would like an F-hat, but I guess we're not getting there. Alright. Let's see. Rainy London streets. You can actually see the red gloved man is right there. I don't know if you've ever looked at this art very closely, but he's slightly to the left between the 2 parasols there. He's just standing right there. Cold rain pelts the dreary street in a rhythmic pitter-patter. Despite the hour, the square is bustling with automobiles, carriages, and pedestrians. Somewhere in the crowded city is the man you seek. Or are you already too late? Gets plus X Shrouds. X is the current act number. So Shroud is currently 2. If there's no clues on it, add clues until there are 2 clues on it. Resign, we should just wait. So we need 4 clues to advance. So, easy enough, I guess. Skid's gonna draw a card. Okay, that changes this hand. That changes this hand a lot, actually. It goes from being pretty mediocre to actually being quite good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm here now. Let's play the Thieves Kit. So Thieves Kit, reminder, 3-cost asset that we can use to investigate with our agility, and if we succeed, we gain a resource. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna commit a manual dexterity, I think. Let me think about that real quick. Yeah, I think the penalty for failing here is very small, and I would like to have Gregory Gry get a bunch of money next turn, so I think I'm not going to commit. You can tell me in the chat if that's wrong. Well, either way, I'm not getting punished for it. So we got one of the 4 clues required. I think that these get really changed the math here. Because, I mean, obviously it's only 1 skill value, but that tends to make a difference. Alright, over on Daryl's side, let's start with a investigate practice makes perfect. Let's just do it. Deduction, Signum Crucis, Overpower, Crack the Case, bunch of other stuff. I think this is the card we want. I also don't think we can get any on, because Signum Crucis, notably, the difficulty has to be higher than whatever we're doing, which is going to be a little difficult with Intellect 5. We succeed, so we get 2 clues, and we get the Perception back to hand. Okay, this is going remarkably well. Let's investigate with Perception. Nice. And don't forget to draw a card. Now we could just advance, because we have all the clues we need, but we probably just want to wait until next turn. Also because I just want to draw a card with Daryl here. Okay, that's not the worst. Oh, and there's no clues on here, so there needs to be 2 more clues on there. Let's go to... Yeah, let's go to Upkeep. Another Fastium Bargain. Ruined Film. Take for Horror? Take for Horror, cool. Oof. Okay, that's a little rough. That's a little rough. So, reminder that we remove evidence based on as much as possible, but unfortunately we don't have any. So we're just... Oh no! Oh, this is bad. Alright, so our first encounter card of the day is Crypt Chill. Willpower 4 test. If we fail, we lose an asset. We could commit into this. Do we though, chat? Like, I can throw a couple of cards from my hand. I can maybe throw an icon in from Daryl if I want to. But like, feel we just lose the T-Skit and cry about it. We're just sad, but understand that this sort of thing has to happen. There's a lot of cards I would have rather drawn, but I think we're just kind of dealing with it. Yeah, let's just do it. Could have committed, would have made it, but nah. F's in the chat for a real one, but I'm just gonna have to do it. And figures in the dark. If there's no enemies, it gains search. Well, okay. Nice in the dark. Into play your threat area, otherwise it gains search. If you expose a decoy, take 2 damage. In your turn, agility 3 test. If you succeed, get rid of it. So I'm gonna put a evidence on that from the codec. And now whenever I discover a clue at a location with this, I'm gonna get that evidence, which I can then use to give something -2 Shroud. Alright, I think actually the first thing I'm going to do is investigate here, because there are clues here, and the difficulty isn't going to go up until after I advance. And I know we're going to need clues later. Skull, -3 if you have 2 or more clues, which we do, but that's okay. We still pass. So we get this evidence. And we get 2 of these. Now seems like a good time to advance. So 1 clue here. And 3 clues here. The reason I'm keeping 2 clues on Daryl is because he has... I've got a plan in hand. And so I don't want him to be completely without clues if not needed. And also, obviously the Rainy Streets keeps refilling. Movement in the dark. You spot the figure on the other side of the street just as a bright red bus approaches. You're certain whoever was there was staring directly at you. The bus cuts a swath through the foggy street, and then when it passes, the figure is gone. Perhaps it's just your paranoia at work, but it cannot be a coincidence. It must have been either your contact or one of their foes. Even the reason they're missing. Stealing yourself for any possibility, you set off in a chase. Put the set aside, Kensington Gardens, Westminster Abbey, and Big Ben locations into play, and then we draw the Red Glove Man. Alright, so the Big Ben, Westminster Alley, and Kensington Gardens. The other locations remain out of play for now. Let's do some quick connection counter marker thingies. So Rainy London Streets is connected to all three of these, and the Big Ben and Westminster Abbey are connected to each other. Kensington Gardens is not connected to anything else. The lead investigator draws to set aside the red glove man enemy and resolves the concealed keyword. The only detail I could remember was his gloves, red as blood. He has concealed 2. And so if you've never played with concealed before, the way this works is we find the mini cards, the concealed mini cards for the red glove man, and we find a number of decoys equal to his concealed number. So in our case, that's 2 because we're 2-player. Shuffle them up, so we don't know which is which. And then spawn them even as possible location nearest to the lead investigator. Advance directly to agenda 2B. Don't resolve 1A or 2A. Okay, so your map must be playing tricks on you. Misshapen figures dance through the dense London fog whenever the rain lets up. Are these distortions, like the one in the photograph that the Flint showed you, or is your query hiding in the mist and gloom? When this agenda advances, move all doom on it to the next agenda. The game is afoot. You chase a shadow shrouded by night. It might as well be a needle in a haystack, but still you search, hoping for any clue that may lead you to the truth. Chase down the mysterious figure before the agenda advances. If an investigator engages, the red glove man engage. And so the way we engage it is by exposing these concealed cards, such that we know who he is. And we have a Knives in the Dark, which unfortunately does mean we cannot risk exposing a decoy as Daryl, but fortunately Skids is also there. And we have some locations to get to, so let's play shortcut. Does agenda / act 1B give a time? What do you mean give a time? Oh, as in require a certain amount of... No, usually travel time only happens between scenarios, or like as part of the resolution. Okay. Right, I'm trying to think which one are the victory point locations. I think the next one is. So I'm gonna move here. Okay, force route, 2 clues, a victory point. Let's try it. I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna commit a practice makes perfect. Or not commit, sorry, I'm gonna play practice makes perfect. Well, analysis is a practice card, so let's try it. And I'm also going to commit a deduction. So practice or analysis makes it so that after we reveal the case token, we may redraw by dropping one of our clues, which is not really what we want to be doing, but could be neat. Like, for example, when that happens. Or when that happens, I think, because I am testing at N7 and difficulty 4, so I'll drop my other clue. I mean, at this point, we're kind of in the sunk cost fallacy, but, you know. And that just goes back to hand. Deduction goes on the... we get our 2 clues back. I don't feel great about that one, but it sure happened. And then we have to test Knives in the Dark. And then a turn test agility 3. If we succeed, discard it. We are at 3. We cannot commit this because base skill U is the same. Do we just commit analysis here? I think we just go for it. Tablets. Reveal another token. Autofill. Well, this sticks around for now. The art in this is so good. The art for this entire cycle is fantastic. Just want to have to set that. Alright, let's play Gregory Gry. Time for the Gry guy. Shroud here is now 3. So let's try to evade this concealed card. We are at a 4, 5, 6. And I'll put in, well, 1 Gregory Buck. 6 against 3. Yeah, 1 Gregory Buck sounds good. Tablets. Okay, so we lose our Grybug, but we did succeed, so I'll draw a card. And then we expose a decoy. Nothing happens. Other than there's one less decoy to worry about. Well, I think we want to join back up with Daryl. Also because this is an agility test that Skids might be able to do to peek at a minicard. Alright, let's do upkeep. A daring, very nice. Crack the case, not bad at a fortunate location. Do one. Hunting Shadow, either spend a clue or take 2 damage. Well, guess what? We do not have any clues. Seeing Shadows. After you fail skill test, what location with a concealed minicard? Take a horror. We have another evidence on the table, and we definitely want to get rid of this. I've seen this stick around for way longer than it should have. I think I'm just gonna let Skids take the lead here. And, okay, he'll play Faustian Bargain. Gain 3, you gain 2, add 2 curses. Then he's going to attempt this difficulty 2 agility test. And choosing the mini card at our location. Put in a Grybug. -1, succeed by 1, get the Grybug. So we are looking at the revealed side without exposing it. It is a Red Glove Man. It is in fact the one we came to see. So how do we get it? Well, I think we commit on the lamb here, and we try to evade at... Is this the right call? I think I want to draw a card first. I mean, the other thing is, like, because we know this is the hit, I'm going to draw a card first. No, that doesn't help. So, sorry, the reason is, I was thinking I can expose here safely because I know I'm going to hit the Red Glove Man. I'm not going to take 2 damage. But the problem that I have is that I really want to clear Seeing Shadow. I want to get the evidence of clearing Seeing Shadow. Because Daryl likes having evidence around. And I don't have a deduction anymore. Because I used those. So I'm kind of wondering... Well, for starters, I definitely overspent those. I spent those way too early. But I'm wondering if I should even advance now. I think I'm just going to draw another card. Hey, that's a good one. Okay, over to Daryl. Let's draw a card. Please don't do anything right now. Let's investigate, commit the analysis. We are at 6 versus 4. I'm just going to let that happen. I'm not going to drop any clues. We take a horror because of Seeing Shadows. That's going way too fast. And let's investigate again and have Skids commit Faustian Bargain. We don't need more money. There we go. Excellent. So we get a clue here. And we get this evidence. So now Skids can clear that off whenever we need to. Need to turn snap off of those. You too. Alright, end of the turn. We have to test. Now he's in the dark. We'll just do it. Nope. Which is another failed test at location with a minicard. Wow, this goes so fast. We are going to go insane here. Forgot how brutal that weakness can be, especially if you don't have an ally out. Alright. Do one. Obscuring Fog. Nope, that's not good. That's not good. Alright. Figures in the Dark. Either each enemy in the shadows attacks you, or everybody loses an action. Well, everybody's going to lose an action because Daryl can't afford to take another horror. Oh, sorry, and there's an evidence on the obscuring fog here. That just makes sense. So I think the sensible play here is to make Daryl do a big investigate, because he can probably pass this test, and that clears the obscuring fog. But wait, is that also... I think... okay. Yeah, I think it's fine. So we're gonna... Well, first we're gonna spend 2... Oh, wait, no, I only have 1... Oh, I don't have enough actions for that. Now I have to pause. Okay, sure, we're gonna try it. Okay, we're gonna try it. We're gonna commit a Signum Crucis, because it's now difficulty 6. So we get to add a bless token, and we're gonna commit on the lamb. So we are 3 over. Why? Anyway, get this evidence, which I'm not entirely sure how the timing on that works. I think it's fine, but I'm not entirely sure. Get this clue. And then last action. I'm going to draw a card. Okay, test knives in the dark. Commit a Eureka. Come on, get lucky. Wait, why is there a second plus token in there? Oh, because I didn't take it out. Sorry. Yay, we pass. Excellent. Yeah, not the area seems neat. Oh, pardon me. Alright, over to Skids. We do need to advance now. So, let's do that. This doesn't work, does it? Let's draw a card. Let's try to expose the Red Cloth Man by investigating and committing perception. I'll take that. And a Gregory Gray. Nice. So you get to draw a card, and we expose. There he is. All right. The rich stroll in pursuit. You finally catch up to the figure you've been chasing. Feeling of vindication washes over you. You spot the red gloves the man wears. It was no phantom you chased. This is one of the ones you sought all along. You corner him in an alleyway. Sheets of rain and fog masking your approach. Several more figures flank the man. A meeting, perhaps? To your surprise, he casts an expressionless glance in your direction. Then, fast as a flash of lightning, and gone just as swiftly, a formless shape ducks out of view. A chink of a nearby building goes along with it. When you turn to question your quarry about what happened, they have all fled east. You inch forward and examine the partially excised wall, covered in ectoplasmic substance, like the negative of an undeveloped photo. Set the red gloved man out of play. Put the set-aside Tower Bridge and Tower of London location to play. Shuffle the set-aside Crimson Conspiracy and Outsiders encounter set into the encounter deck, along with the encounter discard pile. Advance the agenda directly to agenda 3A. Crimson Conspiracy. Outsiders. Give it a nice little shuffle. And then Tower Bridge and Tower of London locations into play. And because this is set aside, and because there are no more enemies in the shadows, all the decoys go away. Let's go to upkeep. Sorry, 9 Doom, the connection. It's now clear that that Inspector Flint's hunches were correct. The man in the red gloves is not operating alone, and whatever is up to, it has something to do with the recent vanishings. You could wait to report what you've seen, but by then the man in his guards may have already put into motion whatever scheme they are planning. No, you have only one choice. You must find the man with the red gloves at all costs. Eyes in the tower. Your gaze turns eastwards in the direction you last saw the man heading. Over the tower bridge lies the famed Tower of London, where even more eyes watch your approach, those belonging to a conspiracy of dark and brooding ravens. For what reason could he be heading there? Only investigators at the Tower of London may spend the requisite number of clues, which are 6 as a group to advance. We did a Dumon. Counter card. Undercover. If there's no enemies in the shadows, it gains Surge. Did I already shuffle the discard pile in? I did. Okay. Conspiracy Red. Place a doom on the enemy in the shadows. If there are no enemies in the shadows, there are not. Search encounter deck and discard pile for an enemy with the concealed keyword and draw it. Shuffle the encounter deck. The moment she described his outfit, the line went dead. I love the art. You can see the shadow of a hand in the background. It's so good. That's like one of those arts that makes me go, wow, this game is fantastic. So we're going to find a coterie agent. Let's find coterie agent C, who has concealed 2. So we'll find 2 decoys. One here, one here, one here. Coterie agent also reads, after it enters the shadow, place a doom on it. There's some fighting to do. There's a Paracausal entity. When it engages you, look at the top card of your deck. If there's not a weakness, set it aside out of play as a hollow. Subject appears as a hyperphysical distortion devoid of mass, capable of hollowing contacted matter. Containment impossible. Top card is Rook. Rook is gone. F's in the chat for your boy. Alright, it's up to Skids now to save the day. Fortunately, he's probably quite well equipped for that. Spend 3 for an Enchanted Blade. Let's fight the Paracausal entity with the Enchanted Blade, committing a Daring and an Overpower, because I really want to draw that card. Oh, and we're obviously spending Enchanted Blade charge. -1, so draw a card, and kill the Paracausal entity. Then I think, I should have put money in. Sorry, chat. We're going to go to cheat step. I'm going to give myself 2 resources. Thinking. I'm going to just give myself, or I'm going to use Skids' ability. Take an extra action. And use those actions to clear Seeing Shadows. Don't want Daryl to be risking taking any more horror, because he's going nuts of it. Over the Daryl, we're definitely playing Rook. I think I'm also just drawing down a Token of Fate. And do we just Rook right now? There's no more weaknesses in my deck. But I kind of want to just investigate here. To clear the decoy here. I guess we don't have to clear decoy now. Yeah, let's just Rook. We have some time. So I'll search 9. There's no more weaknesses in my deck, so I can just search as deep as I want. Overpower. I've got a plan. Eureka, map the area. Grizzly Totem, and LS Grizzly Totem, Stunning Blow, Stunning Blow. Let's grab a Grizzly Totem. Alright, and that cost me an action because of the mutation on Rook. Let's go to Upkeep. We draw our second easy mark. We draw the other, I've got a plan. Alright. Maybe I should have put the Dream Enhancing Serum in here. Crypt Chill again. Do I want to take the initiative on this? Do I care that much? The answer is yes, but the problem is, like, I feel like there are more important tests in this scenario for me to take the initiative on. So yeah, we'll lose another. Would have passed. Sorry, Gray. You're gone. Yep, come on. Get all the resource tokens out of there. But like, yeah, I can play medical students and heal a bit, which is probably more important than the money from Gray. Every enemy in the shadows attacks you, or each investigator loses an action. Figures in the dark again. There is an enemy, and it only attacks for 1 damage, so I will take the 1 damage because I'm more worried about Horror at this point, and also, you know, action loss is pretty brutal. Let's have Skids go first, and he's going to do this test again, targeting the minicard at their location. Passes by 1. Oh, he's actually the coterie agent right there. Excellent. In that case, let's evade and commit take the initiative. 7v4. Curse. -1. Pass. And because a curse token was revealed, skill test ends during 1 or more curse or autofill tokens revealed. Add that many bless tokens to the bag. We're adding a bless. I will expose the coterie agent. When the coterie agent is exposed, discard it. Goodbye. Which also gets rid of the other decoys. Wonderful. Let's play a medical student and heal up a bit. And let's move back to the rainy London streets. So there's a victory point to be gotten in the gardens, I believe. So I'll have Daryl run over there for sure. And then we have to get to the Tower of London. Yeah, so I'll do move. Or, well, move. Yeah, 2 shrouds, 2 clues, victory 1. After you expose a decoy at the Kensington Garden to heal a horror, because it's not that bad. Turns out, kind of in your head, it's okay. But after you expose an enemy here, take a horror, because no, it's really real. And I'll put down the... Wait! Chat. Why didn't you tell me that Grizzly Totem and Token of Fate shouldn't go on the same deck? Okay, I'm gonna cheat step. And I'm just gonna put in magnifying glasses instead of the Grizzly Totems, because obviously if we're doing a Token of Fate build, then we're yeet with the Grizzly Totems, but I do want something to help boost my skills. And then the other one is also just gonna go. Okay, and so I guess in that case I will investigate at 6. P2. My just reward. Alright, upkeep. Hospital debts. Wonderful. The other magnifying glass. 6 out of 9. Pinch in reality. Either spend the clues, Skids doesn't have any clues, or discard half your hand. We didn't really think you were going to put in token. That's fair. That's entirely fair. That's understandable. Turns up I did do it, and then, you know, got punished. I'll put down my second magnifying glass. I'll investigate. Got there. Get this. Investigate. Got both the clues. Move back to here. Over to Skids. First 2 actions. There it is. Last action. Do we wait with the easy mark? Hi, 69mega.com. How about we just ban you? Report for... Let's get... How do you block a user? Put user in timeouts? Yeah, that's not exactly what I wanted. I just wanted to... Oh well. If y'all were interested in more in testing whether or not your antivirus software works, go ahead and click that link. I mean, that's probably the most positive thing I can say about those kind of links. You know it's true. Willpower, intellect 5 to put the trader gate location into play. Otherwise, it's a 2 shroud, 2 clue location. How many clues do we have right now? 6. And we need 6 to advance, but we also need 4 clues to get into the Tower of London. So, take the initiative, and thud. 7 out of 9. It is the Apocalyptic Presage. When it enters play, each investigator chooses a non-weakness control card they control in their hand or play area, sets it aside, out of play as a hollow. I'm going to yeet the medical students because I think she's done most of her work. And Sigmund versus. And then when we kill this thing, we can, instead of adding it to the victory play, we can also add it, get our hollows back. But important to note, this is a reaction, so we don't have to do this, and we probably just want that VP one. So I'm going to, let's see, we are on Act 3A. I'm going to, so it's Shroud 4 here. Shroud 4 is very high. Oh, I have 6 clues, and I've got a plan. I should help Skids murder things. Definitely no way that could backfire. Move. I'm going to play my map or will I not have enough money if I do that? Father. This is fine. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna play map the area. Investigate, adding our intellect, or adding our agility, and because it is still an investigation, we're actually testing at 10 versus 2 here. Elder Sign. Excellent. Attaching this to the location, every test is -1 difficulty here. And then we'll just investigate. Pick up a clue. Time for Skids to fight. Well, first time, yeah, so 5 versus 4, 6 versus 4, 6 versus 2. Oh, there should have been a evidence on this, which Daryl would have gotten when he got the clue here. Sorry, I haven't played enough Daryl yet. Okay, so I hit, I deal 2 damage, and because of the stunning blow, excellent choice to add that to our deck, chat. Excellent work, thank you. It's exhausted. Also, it was actually 6 against 1, wasn't it? Because -1 difficulty here. So now we're gonna hit it again with the Enchanted Blade. We are 4 against 3, 5 against 3. Nice. 2 more damage. I think I just draw a card here. Yeah, and the next turn I can do crazy shit. Okay, so upkeep. This really engages me. Am I gonna pay my hospital debts? I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Although, wait, I know what's about to happen. You know what? No, I'm gonna start paying those now. Because I might lose my resources in a bit. Hold on, how does it? Yep. Behind the scenes stuff you don't normally get to see. There we go. So we've paid 2 of our 6 hospital debts. If we don't pay all of them, we lose some XP. It's real rough. We go to upkeep. What the? Didn't I ban you already? How do I ban a person? Why can't I just... Chat, serious question. Is there a reason I cannot just ban a person on my channel? I can put them in timeout for like 300 seconds. Don't even get the option for putting them in timeout for longer. Why is this? YouTube. Alright, we've done upkeep. Witching Hour. Hunting Shadows. Skids still doesn't have any clues, so Skids should probably get a clue at some point before he dies. False leads. Oh, this is also quite bad. But this is a good chance to showcase why evidence is so powerful. So false leads, for each point you fill by, you drop a clue. So by making the difficulty 2 less, not only have I made it much easier to pass, but it's also now, if I fail, I can not fail by more than 2. So I'm never going to drop more than 2 clues. So even if I auto-fail here, which I don't, it would have been fine. Elder Sign, by the way, on Daryl is add an evidence on a card you control. So I'm just putting the evidence back on the codex. I don't think I have any other evidence cards in my deck even. I think we start by punching the Apocalyptic Presage. Or, well, we'll swing the Agenda Blade at him. But it's 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 3. -1 because of the thingy here. Okay, we don't get the extraction. That's a bit of a shame. I was thinking about spending the evidence, but ended up not doing it. And punished for my hubris. Okay, 1 victory points. I'm going to play an Enchanted Blade. I'm going to grab a clue here. 3 against 1 because of the map the area. Nice. Oh, sorry, I didn't pay for the Enchanted Blade map, so Elder Sign, I get 2 resources. I get this clue. I'm going to spend 2 resources onto the hospital depths. I'm going to spend 2 resources to get an extra action. And then I'm going to move into the Tower of London, which requires me to spend 4 clues. Actually, let's keep 1 clue on Skids so that if he draws another Hunting Shadow, he doesn't just explode. Because that would be nice. So, yeah, spend... After you end your turn at the Tower of London, you must either lose 2 resources or each enemy in the shadows attacks you. Haha, I can do neither because I have no clues. Or I have no resources. Thought about that. Over on the other side. So the problem now is that we need 2 more clues in order to advance. So I think you're gonna end up losing some clues, Daryl, or some resources. That's okay. I'm just gonna move in. Oh. The shroud here is 3, and you're investigating at a 7. That's kind of good enough, right? Yep. Yep. Let's trigger the crack the case. And just give Skids 3 more resources, because, like, Daryl doesn't need the money. End of Daryl's turn, he loses 2 resources. And then we go to upkeep. Manual dexterity, stunning blow. Was I supposed to advance there? I don't think it matters. Mysterious shapes. As the night grows deeper and the rain becomes a torrent, you flinch at every moving shadow, every sound, every shape. You wonder if perhaps the investigation is getting the best of you. Or maybe there are more of them than you thought. Watching you, lying in wait for the perfect opportunity to strike. The lead investigator must decide. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a card or agent, enemy, and draw it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Each investigator takes a damage and horror. The team's not doing too hot on damage and horror. So let's just pull that card or agent back out. Because, like, how bad could it be? Spoiler alert, I know that it's going to get worse in a second. So, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And she gets a Doom on her. It reads as feminine to me. She had a cool hat on. Plots and panic. Deep fog blots out the moonlight, baiting the city in utter darkness. From the rooftop, ravens watch your progress with inhuman intelligence. Every moving shadow sets your mind racing. If you don't find the man with the red gloves and stop his plans, who knows what you will do next. 7 Doom, and there is no more agenda. This is the final agenda. Encounter cards. Hunting shadows. Am I glad that I saved this clue? Get out of here. Substance dissimulation. For each set-aside holo you own, if there are 1 or more copies of that card in your play area or hand, there are. Discard those copies and take 1 damage and 1 horror. Dang. Okay, so Rook dies. And we take a damage and a horror. Daryl's about to keel over here. That's not great. And his other soak just went away. Oof. Alright. Let's hope Daryl doesn't die. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Why do we not have enough clues to advance? Oh, because Skids just spent this clue. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh no. I made a terrible mistake. Yeah, this is still fine. We're not backtracking. Or we're not undoing that. Just gonna have to run over, I think. Is this faster? Does seem kind of fast. Let's try it. Move. Put the trader gates into play. Or try to put the trader gate into play. 5 against 4. 6 against 4. Boss. The trader gate. Force Shroud and has a special ability to reveal, but I think it's already connected. So we can just kind of skip that part. But we just get an additional set of clues, which is nice. Let's move there. Sure. Skids, draw card. Also move to get out of the Econ Death Zone. And this investigating here is a complete waste of time. You don't have the money for it. I'll just draw another card. Oh, wait, look, it's a gun. Alright, upkeep. I mean, Skids is doing okay. Daryl's gonna die, but Skids is doing fine. Oh, no. Wait, no, it's location with the most clues, not nearest location. Bye. Heavy No! No, not more horror! No! Bad! Fine, we'll do a charge. This is difficulty 1. Do we have any willpower icons anywhere? No. No, we don't. Please have mercy on me. Did not have mercy, but I guess I can just place a clue in my location. That's okay. Drop 1 clue. Yikes on bikes, everybody. Yikes on bikes. Also, is Daryl just gonna... He's just going to lose when he loops stack, isn't he? Like, he's legitimately just about to loop his stack and lose the game. How do I soak out of this? I don't, that's the answer. I just lose. I'm gonna start with Skids. Play easy mark. Play easy mark. Come on. Ah, didn't get there. So I think, did I put a second medical student in this list, chat? Or is there only one in there? Like, am I drawing for the second medical student, or am I just wasting my time? I mean, I guess I'm not really wasting my time if I loop my deck anyway. Let's just leave getting the clues to Daryl. I'm just gonna move here and try to expose. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. If I can get my med student back, then I can do it, but that's a bit tricky. Bless. -1. Alright. We get an extra action from the quick thinking. We draw a card. How is it that we're in this situation where Skid is the one who's completely unconcerned about horror? And the guy with 8 sanity is like... I guess it's because he has a weakness that deals 4 horror. We reveal the decoy. Let's move here. I mean, I guess he can resign here. There is that at least. Shroud 4, eh? Shroud 4. Yeah, let's just drop the... I'll drop the 45 automatic. Or the 25 automatic, and I'll draw another card. And basically my plan is next turn take the initiative to try to expose this card. And then Daryl... Daryl hasn't gone yet, right? No, okay. So we're just going to investigate 3 times with Daryl, try to get the clues here. That's a -3, that's a fail. No, that's a pass, because I have 2 magnifying glasses. Investigate again. Pass. Oh, so we now just actually have the things we need to advance. Right, because we need 6 clues, so we'll just move. At the very least, he won't die with a bucket full of clues. He'll just die uselessly. So we advance. He's here. Quietly and cautiously, you follow the... Well... we'll see about that. You follow the figure from a distance. With measured haste, he darts to and fro inside the ominous tower, searching for something. Finally, while you watch from the shadows, the man with the red gloves finds what he's looking for. A loose brick along one of the candle-lit hall's many column. He casually rotates the stone brick into place with a kind of nonchalance as if you were dealing with a piece of misplaced laundry. To your surprise, a section of the nearby wall rotates in turn, revealing a secret passageway. Then sends it to darkness and you follow in secret. But to decide tower prison location to play, text to set aside the Eye of Raven's key to the tower prison not controlled by anyone. Where did I leave the other? Here it is. Oh wait, by the way, here's the other medical student. I just realized. Oh wait, no, that's the first medical student, because that one was in play. So if there is another medical student, it's in the bottom 4 cards of Skids' deck. If that's the case, then Daryl's probably fine. If not, then we're a little boned. Move all concealed mini cards in play to the tower prison. Resolve the Red Glove Man's concealed keyword again, putting all the mini cards in the prison. So the way this finale works is every concealed mini card is going to end up in the tower prison. And that's where we're going to go. So we can either parlay him, which actually seems reasonable with this team, or we have to defeat him. Let's go to upkeep, because I think that's where we're at. I would like to map the area on the tower prison. That seems like a useful thing to do. Another gun. Let's crack the case. Not that useful. Another coterie agent. We're going to have a lot of decoys to deal with. This is straight up game over if we fail this test, isn't it? Because we don't have a clue anymore. Well, gotta draw a -1 or better. That's a -1. We're still alive. Ah! Ah! What is happening? Okay. Let's walk into the... Oh, actually, I am being a little silly. I forgot that these enemies, I can put evidence on them, and whenever I discover, because they're not at any location, whenever I discover a clue anywhere, I can get that evidence. So yeah, I should have totally done that. Move here. The tower prison. Can you have twice? I believe Daryl's ability is limit once per test, so no, I cannot. We'll perform a skill test. Spend the clue to get +2 skill value, and then it has the same text where if we spawn clues anywhere else, or would spawn clues anywhere else, it spawns here instead. I think I'm just going to investigate here first. Reveal another token. That's still a pass. Mostly because I want to have clues in case I draw treachery cards that require me to spend clues. Alright, over to Skids. Skids just has to run, so 1, 2, 3. And then... Yeah, we don't really have to do anything here, right? I guess with Daryl's ability to give us -2 on the test, I think we should try to. Yeah, I'll try. I'll spend 2 resources and try and evade. Break it down, baby. -3, that is a failure. Alright, upkeep. Vicious blow. Am I over hand size? No, I'm exactly at hand size. Eureka, always nice to see. 2-1, encounter cards. Pinch of powder. Oh, right. Wait, is this... Oh, it's only on 1 barrel. Okay. We have 8 cards in hand. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, or we're setting on parlaying, in which case we don't care to keep the vicious blows, because then we could just talk to him. I think that's actually better. I think I'm just gonna do this then. I think this is fine. Anyway, discarding 4 cards is never fun. Don't recommend it. And there's the last card. Ah! At least I can evidence that one as well. Oh, and also, we should have gotten the evidence from the last one already. So everybody is in the park. The gang's all here. In the Tower of London. And there's a billion things here. Okay. Let's have Skids go first. And let's have Skids try to evade, I guess. Or, yeah, with... I think I saved the take initiative for now. Yeah. And we'll give him a plus or -2 difficulty. Okay, I think that passes. 4, 5, difficulty is 2. So let's search the top 2 cards. Oh, right, there's still a weakness in there. Nope, there is definitely no copy of med students left in here, which means Daryl is, I think, 100% doomed. I think there is literally the only way that Daryl doesn't lose is if we are able to win within 3 turns and Daryl doesn't draw any more cards. That's the only way we don't lose here. Anyway, reveal. This one, it's a decoy. That was one action. Second action. Try to expose. Using Inch on the blades. +3, so this is 2 over. Succeed. Draw a card. Add 5 cards to the bag. And expose this one. Also a decoy. Last action. Let's try to evade. Chuck in an easy mark. Chuck in a +2. Succeed. It's another decoy. Now, before anybody asks, yes, I know. I'm supposed to shuffle all of them together. Are you supposed to shuffle all of them together? I don't think so. I think you're supposed to shuffle the decoys that you're placing together, but I don't think... Oh, yes, you're completely right. There's a line here that I missed. Then if each of those locations that already have one or more concealed mini cards, they shuffle each of them together face down as well. All right. You are completely correct, Chad. Thank you for correcting me. I did not know that. I was actually planning on shenanigansing that, but... Yes, can I just do... Oh, well, if I do that, that doesn't work. Fortunately, that didn't give away any information. But thanks, TTS, for... Yeah. I actually didn't know that rule yet. Also, hi, Pax. Hi, Radley. Okay, so over to Daryl, who's about to die, whose impending mortality weighs heavily on him. Investigate. Add a blast token. Investigate. Sure. Investigate. Passes, actually. Okay, so we got the tower prison. So now we have to decide whether we want to run for the exit, or I think we just want to spend all 4 of these clues so that if Daryl drops dead from a heart attack, he just doesn't spend any clues, or like he doesn't drop any clues back on the victory location. It's fine. Daryl's going to go insane, and that's okay. We've accepted this. And we just have to find... For each set aside. Hold on. Okay, so I just have to put one of my cards. That's fine. Right? If you know cards are discarded by this effect, choose a non-weakness card in your hand or player and set aside to play as a hollow. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Bad. This is even worse. Because this is one fewer card that Daryl gets to draw. Alright. Oh gosh. Let's daring hit this power causal entity. Nice. I think I'm just drawing through in the hope that like string theory or something is gonna have another card show up in my deck. That somehow is able to deal with all this madness. Spend a clue to give +2. Try to expose. Heck yeah. Another decoy. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm using the blade. I'm using the codec. Heck yeah. Should probably finish my sentences. If we find the red gloved man, which there he is, we could win right now. Right? Oh, also this should be... Daryl should have this. But also I think this should have a doom on it. Yes. Which, wait, did we already lose? No, right? I'm not gonna borrow. I'm just gonna assume that we lose next turn and just try to parlay him twice. Actually, wait. Skids gets a bonus action. Spend 2 resources. Try to parlay. Like his life depends on it, because let's be honest, it kind of does. +2. And this is +1, so he's at 6 versus 5. 6 versus 3. Need to be careful not to throw all my eggs in one basket. This seems good. 6 versus 3. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so that's a failure. Well, parlay. Three over. Passes. It's a resource, right? Or is it a clone? Yeah, okay. So we have to just pass one more test. 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't think about all the curse tokens that are still in the bag. Okay, chat, I just need you to not think about them. Thank you. Put a resource on him. There's 2 resources on the red glove man. Advance. The plot is foiled. If there are 2 or more resources on the red glove man, the man stops and faces you, seemingly intrigued by your line of questioning, although in darkness you cannot study his expression. Interesting, he whispers. Very interesting. His voice is a strange and even quality, like he is testing the tone of each word. Like one unaccustomed to speaking. Add him to the victor's play. Resolution 2! We made it! We did it. Alright. Resolution 2. I just need to grab the app, if I want to keep track of this. So, we get a cool poem. With red we are bound, through red we are one. Thus in red do we bury our kin and our can. May you rest until you are needed once more. He is needed once more. One of us gets the Eye of Ravens, which is definitely going to be Skids, right? This is a Skids card. I mean, drawing extra encounter cards isn't great, but the ability to set our base skills to 6 is fantastic, and I don't think Daryl needs that ability. Maybe Daryl needs that ability. Huh. Chat, why don't you tell me? And then we get victory. We mark another time. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 VP, 7 from Obol for Skids. How long have I been live for? I'm trying to see. Of course, it doesn't tell me that. Wait, I can probably see in... Oh, here we go. Yeah, about an hour and a half. Sounds about right. Yeah, so my logic for the key is, so the ability on the stable side is better for Skids, because being able to put his skills to 6 is fantastic for a rogue. But the problem is that the unstable side is pretty bad for a rogue, generally speaking. Although, now that I'm saying that, it's not like Daryl's very good at dealing with encounter cards either. I think that's one of the things that I like about Daryl. Daryl's very powerful in a gaining progress kind of way, but he's not actually that good at dealing with the mythos, unlike a lot of survivors. So, yeah, I think I'm okay with, or I think I would probably agree, Skids is probably supposed to be the bearer here. You maybe only use it a couple times per scenario, and only if it really matters, but yeah, it's not a bad card for him. Alright, so looking at the time, I've been live for about an hour and a half, which is probably a good time for me to start calling this one. But I do want to kind of quickly walk through upgrades for this deck, because I think it's interesting. And I'm not just saying that to toot my own horn. So the Skids deck you've seen in action today. I hope you liked it. I think it's really good. I think it's genuinely a deck that, once we start looking at the upgrades, is something that only Skids can really pull off. Because you get the access to Guardian weapons and you get Dirty Fighting, right? And that combination I think nobody else really gets, because you're not doing this in Leo Anderson. No, chat, don't do it. I've already thought about it. Don't do it. Don't play Dirty Fighting in Leo Anderson. But yeah, so I think our first upgrade is... so let me quickly answer a question in chat. Are you planning on doing the rest of the campaign, or is this a one-off? I think this is going to be, if I'm completely honest, this is probably going to be a one-off, or maybe I'll also do the next scenario, depending a little bit on the rest of the week. So, completely honest here, I have this week off because of vacation or holidays, or I don't know how to properly translate it, but either way, next week I'm back to my internship, and I won't have time to do video recordings. And I don't want to promise that to you, because I know I won't be able to do it. But I would like to do another scenario with these decks with the XP that we just got, because I think once we have Dirty Fighting, the decks really starts to shine. So I might try to sneak a second scenario in there, but I wouldn't expect me to do the entire campaign on here. If that makes sense? Hope that answers your questions. Bradley is saying Evade Leo. So the thing is, there is an Evade Leo deck. At least in my mind, it's the Sexy Silver Fox Leo, who uses Blur, now Dirty Fighting, and the 25 automatic level 2. Which is super stupid, but I love it. And I kind of want to build a deck at some point, but I think it's also a bad idea, so let's not. So let me quickly check what the... XP. Didn't I have XP for this deck planned out? I think I did. Anyway, yeah, so Dirty Fighting I think goes in. Pickpocketing probably goes in. And then maybe a Lockpicks goes in. Just to help with the clue getting. We already have the easy marks, so we don't need to grab those. We could grab... There was another 1 XP card that I really wanted to get that I've forgotten. Oh, Cheat the System. Right. The other reason why you might want to be Skids instead of someone like Finn is because he gets access to a lot more multi-class cards. So it's a lot easier to do Cheat the System with him. I think in this deck I actually don't care that much because I don't have economy issues. But I could definitely see it. I think something like this might be my XP purchase. So it's worth saying that the card that definitely should go in is Underworld Market. But that's 4 XP. And looking at the numbers right now, I think it's better to get 2 Dirty Fighting in and a Pickpocketing and like a Lockpicks, so that our deck is very functional next scenario, and then do a the market deck once we have our bases covered. Especially because this deck needs the Dirty Fighting to really get going. And then for Daryl, I mean, I need like this deck. This deck's just such a mess. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's really fun, but it's also just like, what do you even do with this deck? What's the last card in our deck? Let's see. Yeah, that wouldn't have saved us against... It would have actually been really good in this last location, but it wouldn't have saved us from going insane. So I'm like tempted to grab Relic Hunter and the level 1 Totem. Not Totem. Keepsake. Because that one soaks a buttload of horror. But maybe the problem here wasn't that I almost went insane. The problem was that I took 4 horror off my weakness. And so I should grab cards that add evidence or have evidence as tokens, and that's the actual like solution. Or just find ways to never draw your weakness. What do you think, chat? Is there like an obvious upgrade for Daryl? I'm like thinking of some kind of evidence card. Is there anything at like Lothby? I guess you could grab the what's it called? The customizable card. But that one's so that one's super broken. So like I don't know. I kind of wanted to avoid like all the obvious OP stuff. Maybe it's not OP. I don't know. I think it's pretty messed up. Empirical hypothesis. This is a good way to get some evidence which stops us from going insane. And it doesn't take up any slots. So maybe we do like empirical hypothesis with some upgrades. And then 2 cherished keepsakes and a relic hunter. Because I kind of like this deck to be XL deck. Because he can, yeah, he's Survivor 5, right? Yeah, so you go Deja Vu with him. Is this our Deja Vu investigator? I've never played Deja Vu and I feel like I should. Deja Vu. Reduce the cost to repurchase 3 cards you exiled during the last scenario. I'm just saying, get some cherished keepsakes in there. You never go insane. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Thank you everybody for watching. This was super fun. It was really tense at the end there. Really enjoyed this. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can put them in the chat below. If you are looking forward to Cyclopean Foundations, they are coming. I have remembered that they existed and decided to upload them. I legitimately thought I'd already uploaded the last one, but unfortunately I was wrong. I kind of forgot about them in the holiday busyness. And so they're on their way now. Thank you everybody for supporting me. Thanks again for getting me to 700 subscribers. That's amazing. Yeah, if you... I guess I should mention I don't have a Twitter account anymore. I don't know if I made an announcement about that, but I definitely want to mention I just got rid of my Twitter because fuck Musk. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you all have a wonderful 2023 and let me know if you need anything. Thank you for watching and I'll be seeing you until the end of time.